Hi, it's Alison from the Law School Toolbox. Are you concerned about finding a job? Well, we've got ex-BigLaw recruiter Sadie Jones here with us to talk about how to position yourself for a summer job offer, whether you're a 1L or a 2L. Welcome, Sadie.
Thanks for having me back.
Oh, it's my pleasure. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about 1Ls, because 1Ls, for the 1L summer job, that's one thing. And then sometimes we're even hearing from people who are concerned about maybe they want to apply for OCI the next year, for their 2L summer, which seems a little crazy to be thinking about this early, but I mean, maybe it's not so crazy these days. What are your thoughts on 1Ls?
Yeah, it's not crazy at all. Things are just moving really quickly. So I actually think that 1Ls sort of need to plan for their 1L and 2L summer
Crazy.
at this point. And I know that's a lot, but I think that's going to help you, in the long run. And I've said this before, but your 1L summer job is sort of a freebie in certain ways. The 1L summer job is less pressure. You're not expecting a permanent job offer. It is probably not going to be in big law. We've talked about some of the things you're going to look for in it, but you really do need to be thinking ahead then to the following summer where it is important because things just keep moving up and, you don't want to be left behind.
Yeah, so sometimes firms now are hiring summer associate positions outside of on-campus interviewing. On-campus interviewing itself keeps moving like backwards. It's not really like the fall recruiting anymore. It's more summer recruiting. So I do think people need to be up on that. We have some episodes you can go and listen to, but if you are thinking you want to apply for a big law summer associate job for your 2L summer, it is not crazy to start positioning yourself for that already.
Absolutely. And I was one of those people who wasn't really pushing this before, but it really changed in the last 1 to 2 years. And I see 2L job openings, like in terms of listings, sometimes they're starting in April. And to be totally honest, people are hiring maybe half their classes before OCI starts. So none of this is to panic anyone. It's just to be realistic. And so that is something to just be aware of. And all of this depends on what you're looking for, because I am really talking mostly about big law. So I'm not saying everyone, is hiring that early. But if that's what you're looking for, you just need to be aware of things moving up. And this could all change. This is where we are right now.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, the typical 1L, if it's early in the semester, the spring semester, and you don't have a job yet, that's nothing to panic about. There are going to be like public interest career fairs and things like that going on in the spring semester. A lot of, frankly, big law doesn't really hire that many 1Ls anyway. If they have, maybe they've hired them, maybe they haven't. Some schools, they could be there. There are a lot of options right now. So I think you're in a different position than a 2L who, really probably should be thinking about having a job by now. Whereas for the 1L, at least for that first summer, like you said, you've got some flexibility. And I don't think anybody needs to panic right now. All right.
Yeah, I think you're right in the good spot. If you're just still looking for your 1L, you're not behind. You shouldn't, forget that you need a job.
Right.
But you're totally fine. So remember that, you can kind of just keep going with it, basically.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. For more career help and the opportunity to work one-on-one with us, check out careerdicta.com or visit lawschooltoolbox.com. Thanks for watching, and please give us a like and subscribe.